Should we make fun of the Cowboys, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Tyler's face. Did you see how Tyler's face lit up?
It's like Christmas every day we get to clown the Cowboys. It's one of my life's passions.
The Cowboys have parted ways with Mike McCarthy and now interviewing Kellen Moore, who was with the Cowboys and then left the Cowboys in order to get a job interview for the head coach of the Cowboys. Jackson said he couldn't believe it happened, and I think all three of us looked at him and was like, "What is unbelievable about this? This is the Dallas Cowboys."
Bro. I mean, I think this move makes me come to the conclusion that Deion is for sure off the table, because I didn't know if that was coach speech with Deion saying, I'm happy at Colorado, blah, blah, blah. But I think that for sure means that Deion's off the table. But them going, I don't know, bro. The whole thing about this is Jerry wants yes men. Right. And if you're, going back to the Kellen well here, I think that speaks volumes. I mean, that's the reason why he's stuck with, he's stuck with so many mediocre coaches for so long, because he gets to push their buttons and they listen to what he says. Right. So, yeah. So listen, bro, like I said, I don't think the Cowboys are ever going to be shit until Jerry goes on to that great old yonder, bro. And even then, his son, Steven, It feels like a Raiders situation where the game had passed Al Davis by, and it's like, okay, well, Al might need to, we might need a new regime here. Then Mark came along, and it's the same old Raiders. I feel like the Cowboys are going to suffer that same fate, bro.
When Stephen Jones came out with when their takeaway from the season was, we might be paying too many good players too much money here. Having all of our cap allocated to these good players might not be the way. I was like, if that is your takeaway after everything that we just went through, there might be no help in this situation, man. There truly might be no help in it.
It is like, this has been a year for big stories about ownership groups. Like we got to learn all about Brick Johnson, with the Jets. And, there's obviously the Bears right now are interviewing 40 different people for the head coaching position and our own, still a family owned business. I'm a Lakers fan. Lakers are a mom and pop business that happens to be worth like $2 billion or $10 billion or whatever. It is just this like fascinating dynamic. There's so many millions of people who these teams may as well be like part of the government. It's like part of their, like if you live in Dallas, the Cowboys that's more important than who the mayor is or whatever. And it's just run by a guy and his kid. Like, it's like if the guy and his kid haven't figured it out, you're fucked,
When I got to Pittsburgh, I remember them saying, like, I did my rookie training camp with the Steelers, and they're like, you're going to run into Roonies all over the city. Like, it's just that family is this city in the same way they are that organization. So you're right. Like, it is a league that, like, if you got into the ground floor, it's a constantly appreciating asset that does not punish you for going out here and being bad at your job ever. Like, you can do it. Like, I think Mina pointed this out a while back, maybe on her podcast or on one of the shows. Like, Jerry Jones gets all this credit for being a great businessman. Like, you don't have to do anything to sell the NFL. You don't have to do anything to sell these football teams. Like, Jerry's good at getting attention, but man, it's not like we need to act like this is overly difficult. That's why people are working hand over foot to try and just buy little pieces of this now.
Jerry Jones's business innovation was selling a sponsorship to Pepsi. The business innovation was we could put someone's name on some shit, and then that was worth $100 billion to all these teams. Like, that's how easy it is to like trip your way into 9-figure income. Like, it's fucking nuts, dude.
It is. The crazy part is, like, no one seems to know their teammate less than the Dallas Cowboys. Like, to your point about Kellen Moore, like, they had him in the building. Like, and with Mike McCarthy taking him all the way through that negotiating window, you had him in the building for 5 years. What did you not know about Mike McCarthy up until that point at the end? What were you guys not talking about? Like, it's every version of this. That's why, like, Micah Parsons, man, strap in. This is going to be a ride for you. Like, if you think for a minute that just because you have been good at your job, that all of a sudden it's going to go differently for you in Dallas, I just do not see a world where any part of what we know about this organization leads me to believe that they're just going to pay him by the spring and have that handled, and it's all going to be hunky-dory.
Yeah. I never understood. I never understood the Mike McCarthy hire to begin with, where the main gripe against Jason Garrett was conservative play caller who was underachieving with his quarterback. We got to get him out of here. And you go get the conservative play caller who was underachieving with Aaron Rodgers and thinks he's going to fix it. They went from Hardee's to Carl's Jr. with that hire, dog. It's the same shit. Like, I've never understood it. But like I said, it all comes down to Jerry wants guys who are going to fall in line and follow, his directives there, bro. And like I said, that franchise is just never going to be shit until there's a regime change in ownership, dog, which is probably never going to happen. It's going to stay in the Jones bloodline forever.
Why would you sell it?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
why?
for
Like,
for what?
Right. Like, I could continue to print money. My kid could continue to print money. My grandkid could. I don't care if people don't like me. Who gives a fuck? I'm flying a helicopter to practice. What do I care if people don't like me?
I was gonna say, did you see me on land, man? Look at how cool that was. Here's a nice distraction for you. Which, by the way, he was.
Good.
That was incredible.
Yeah, he was in there with John Hamm, man. Fucking, bobbing and weaving. He did. Yeah, he looked good. Okay, my last question, Gojo, is as we mentioned, you're the co-host of Gojo and Golic with your dad. How did you get top billing on a show with your dad? What was that conversation like?
Yeah, apparently we have the same agent, and apparently he just likes me better. Like, I don't know if I'm nicer to him around the holidays or what, but it just I think by nature of being there first, because like we were both at DraftKings and I had my own show and dad was on a different show and we wanted to combine forces there. But to your point, I have no idea how. And it shows that even though I have done that, the number of times I go on other shows and they just instinctively like, oh yeah, Golic and Gojo from 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Monday through Friday. And I can't even correct them because I'm like, that's how it should be. Like this just happened. I don't know how, I don't know why. And I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, but no, if anyone out there wants to call it Golic and Gojo, that's the way it should be because we are 2 radio Hall of Fames to nil right now.
Yeah. see, Golic and Gojo and Golic, they both flow well, right? Like, I mean, the main reason John got top billing on Jenkins and Jonez, that Jenkins and Jonez just flows better than Jones and Jenkins. You know what I mean? So
Jones and Jenkins is like a law firm. You know what I mean?
Jones and Jenkins are staring at me from the side of the highway.
Right.
You been in an accident lately?
You've been in an accident, exactly.
Injured.
Yes.
555 help.
Right. NFL playoffs? We're talking about NFL playoffs? You bet we are. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the NFL playoffs. And the key to you scoring big is betting on them at DraftKings, the #1 place to bet touchdowns.
Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple, like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. The Manders had a big night, and so did Terry McLaurin, so I'm eyeing his props this coming week. And here's another reason to watch your favorite players crush it in the playoffs. New customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly.
Score big during the NFL playoffs with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Jenkins. That's code Jenkins for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.